The hardest 112 miles I've ever endured on a bike, 11,000 feet of climbing, 5 climbs over 25%, and England's toughest climb, Hardknott Pass, after 93 miles in 25 degrees heat with a max gradient of 30%. The Fred Whitton challenge tested me to my absolute limit. And now, let's rewind back to 4 AM at the start. 4 o'clock, just woke up, alarm's gone off. As much as I'm excited, Jesus Christ, that's early. When picked up breakfast yesterday afternoon even, we have got a bacon sarnie, a tropicana, and the best crisps in the world, a McCoy's Flaming Grill. Get that down me, and then get changed ready for the fridge. It's finally here. Can't believe it. The number is on 9:03. Right, so we're all changed, ready to go. Let's go get to the start line. The gate has been opened. Time to let this epic begin. Let's go. Right, so this is the first ever Fred I've done. Excited and nervous. It's absolutely freezing. Later on it's not going to be though. I'm going to hit 23 degrees later on. This is also going to be my first ever ride where I'll go over 10,000 feet of climbing. So that is going to be rather punchy. First destination, Kirkstone Pass. Here we are, first climb, Kirkstone Pass. Go, go, go! Now the tip I've been told constantly here is take your time. If you see people rushing ahead, do not try and chase them. There are so many people who do that. Nice steady climb, steady effort up it.
Very slowly is my speciality.
Yeah, same. There's just going to be view after view after view like this today. So glad the weather's good. Go on in. Go on in. Go on in. Go on in. 12 miles down, 100 to go. Oh, that's fine. Right, so that's the first climb down. 100 miles to go. Let's get down to the set and then we'll have a chat about that first climb. Kirkstone Pass done. I was climbing for about 45 minutes, so it's a long climb. It wasn't too bad. Warmed up the legs, didn't go too fast, so not burned too many matches. Yeah, ready for the harder challenges to come. I'll be taking on the second climb soon, which is Park Bro. One of the easier climbs. Time Warring only gave it a 3 out of 10, but shouldn't be too bad. We are the second climb. Park Brow. That's climb number 2, Park Brow, done. Now we've got quite a gap before we get to Honister in about 22 miles time. So we're going to go across the, I think it's the A66, but it's supposed to be quite fast along there for the first proper brute of the day, which is Honister Pass. Haven't done this side before, I'm looking forward to it. Right, so this is the turn in to the A66. Unpaved tarmac. Right, so the Fred is divided into 3 thirds. We're over the first third now, and the main objective of that was to make sure I don't burn too many matches, make sure I'm fresh and warmed up, ready for the hard work which is now going to be on the way, which is the first major climb, which is Honister Pass, which is going to be a stunner. It's going to be hard work, and from what I've been told, people who have rode it before, on the Fred day, it's carnage. So yeah, this middle section, there'll be quite a lot of survival riding to start with, getting up Honister and Newlands, because that's quite going to be steep. But then Whinlatter Pass, Cold Fell, shouldn't be too bad, but with the fatigue in the legs, will make it difficult. For the final third, Hardknott Pass, Wrynose Pass, the main event, the daddy of the ride. Right, let's get to Honister. Alright, so here we are, the start of Honister Pass. This is supposed to start very steep. We've got the road sign over there. Honister Pass. Narrow road, bends, gradients, max 25%. Cold dark north sticker there, proper hill. Damn right. Yep, this is a wall. Should we wallpaper, not tarmac on this? Wow, who just clocked 21% there? Car coming down. Oh, it's hard work. It's hard work. Still over 15%. It has been most of the time now. That was savage. Amazing climb though. That lived up to the hype I had in my head of that. Now, as the sign says there, danger, we've got a crazy descent.
Rider down.
That didn't sound good. I heard him say rider down. Hopefully it's not too bad.
From messages on Instagram, I'm glad to inform you that the rider down has told me that he'll be applying to take part in the Fred again next year, which is so good to hear. A crash on a descent like that could be enough to scare anyone off for life. Big respect for when to get back out in the lakes and tackle the Fred again. I pray that the weather is as good next year as 2025 was.
Right, so that's the first 225% plus climbs done. Before we talk about the second one, just look at this road. Throw you up there. This has got to be one of the most beautiful roads there is in the UK, and with a bit of sun on it, nice, just stunning. Right, so Newlands horse, so it's just over a mile long. The steep bit's right at the end. Of the 25% plus climbs, it's probably the easiest of the four, but it's definitely not easy at all. It's only about a mile or a mile and a half down the road. Back to back, big climbs here. Bit punchy this bit. A lot of cars. Just look at that up there. Just carnage. In the best sort of way. Bit punchy at the moment. 15 degrees. Not 15 degrees, 15% even. Probably a bit warmer than 15 degrees now. Here's the steep finish. This crank's 25. No. Just got to the summit of Newlands Pass, and now we've got an awesome descent of Newlands Pass down that way. One of the best descents we're going to have today. Look at this for a descent. Got this first steep bit which you can see clearly, and then it just rolls. The stewards have been really good. Again, didn't catch it on camera, but they were marshalling everyone around and making sure no one did any crashes or anything. Well done.
All clear left there.
Cheers, mate.
Well done.
Thank you.
All clear.
How good are they? Thank you. Woo! Yeah, can't fault the stewarding, marshalling, however you want to call it, at all. Top draw, friendly, helpful, supportive and proactive. Very impressed. Right, let's get up with that Whinlatter Pass. Right, the first bit here is steep and it eases off quite a lot. Woo-woo! Gradient's dropped from 15% now. It's now around 5%, which is where most of this climb will hover around. Nice view, and there's some tree cover as well. Get away from the sun for a little bit. Nice.
The traffic on Whinlatter Pass was mental. The reason for so many cars is that riders use this pass as a meeting point for friends and family. Riders can drop off their cold clothes from the fresh 6 AM start and not have to wait in the massive queues at feed station 1 after Honister Pass. Wait until we get to the top, see just how many people are lining the streets.
View over those cars, that is one of my favourite views. We're on to the final stretch now, Whinlatter Pass. It's going to be very busy at the top. Pedal power! Love the signs. There we go, Whinlatter Pass done. And also my fastest time at Whinlatter Pass. That is a win-win. The next target, get to corner 13 where there's a rave going on and I've got a water station as well. Refill the water bottles up. But before then, I need to finish my bottles. I think I've got about half a litre left. We are now also at the halfway point. I've gone over it. So I'm 60 miles in. I've been riding for 4 hours and 42 minutes. Average speed 12.8 miles. 6,000 feet of climbing. Average heart rate 142, so staying steady from earlier on. Normalised power 239. So yeah, legs are feeling good. Feeling ready for the second half with the fatigue already built up. This is where the Fred gets his reputation as the hardest sportive in the country. It's where you got to earn the medal. Right, still, team 13. Go get the water bottles filled up. Blea shares some of his water. You're dressed as a banana. Water's been doing nicely.
Electrolytes. Oh, do you want some more, sorry?
Yeah, please.
So it's been a long day.
There's a lot of water in there.
Is that GoPro on?
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Hello! you are joining us at Team 13 at the water station. Welcome to West Cumbria.
That was needed. Little rest. Cold fell this way. Water bottles refilled. Banana, a Kendall mint cake. Never had one of those before. They were lovely. And that whole team was lovely as well. Very, very friendly. There's apparently about 30 or 40 of them helping out all together. Fair play to Team 13. Morale has officially spiked back up after having a dip, being a lot better now. Probably physically not much has changed, but mentally being it again now. I love it when you're up in the mountains, but then you look out in the distance and you can see the sea. I think it's so cool. We're on the descent to the feed station now. We'll have a chat about how the legs are at Hardknott Pass, the daddy of this ride. Here we are, feed station. Needed as well. Thank you. Cheers.
Alright. Ham sandwich?
Yes please. Thank you very much. So we've got Hardknott Pass in 13 miles. Stated the obvious, this is going to be extremely tough. Mental tricks I need to play. I know I've done it before, so I know I can get up it. When I was doing my training for the Fred, purposely did the Cowlid, which is arguably harder than Hardknott Pass, and did it at the end of a ride. And that was purely survival riding. And got up it without having to stop or walk. So I just got to bring that memory up and keep using it Keep putting it out, so you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. We ain't far away from Hardknott now. Here it is, 30% sign. Right, here we go, let's go. Hardknott Pass mission, just get up it. Hopefully no one falls over in front of me, so I've got a chance of getting up it without stopping. Under these trees, it reaches 25%. Later on, it's going to be hitting 33%. Just on your right, mate. That was steep. That was very steep, just. Jesus Christ. Just behind you, mate. On your right.
I'm going to slow down my walk for you to make it look as if you're doing well.
Cheers.
He is doing well.
Well played.
Jesus. Just on your right. Just behind you, lads, on your right. It's all about survival. Survival, 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 survival. The surviving snail. Let's keep going. Thank you. Right. Still climbing, but it's gonna mellow a lot now. So it ramps up for the final third. But this is pedal as slow as possible. The amount of times in that first third I wanted to put my foot down, but I just kept reminding myself, I've done this before, did the cowlid before, I was extremely tired. You've got proof, you can do it, it's just going to be hard to keep playing that in my head, and the fact I've done this climb before. Start going back into double digits now. A lot of nervous energy going on in my head at the minute. Constant conversation. Try to convince myself to get up this.
You'll be doing it again.
Ah!
No, I haven't. No. No. Again.
Ah! Come on! Come on! Ah. Sorry behind you, lads.
Come on.
Amazing. Well done.
Ah. Can we have the left side, please? That was steep. Thank you.
Come on, guys.
Greatly appreciate.
Crack on.
Yes. Thanks so much. Cheers. Jesus.
Come on, lads.
Ugh.
Keep going. Well done.
Jesus Christ.
You got it.
Thank you.
How much further now?
Right, the hard work's done. You dare put your foot down now. Not a bad view to the right. Ah! Just going through.
Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Not your leads, come on.
Lead.
Come on, lad. That's the top.
Thank you. Finished the job off. I mucked it up last time, trying to adjust the camera. We're not doing that again. That was around this point. Finished the job off, let's get to the rocks.
Well done, fella.
Cheers, mate.
Good effort.
Jesus Christ. And we are done. Oh, yes.
Just gone about 30 yards.
That was 110% and the rest.
If you were filming it, you had to make it, didn't you? Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. That was harder than the last time.
Never get any easier.
No. Was that time 90 miles in the legs. Last time I had about 25.
That effort up Hardknott Pass was the hardest 21 minutes I've ever endured on two wheels. It was relentless. My heart rate spiked at 189 beats. It averaged 165 beats for the whole climb. Power, I averaged 294 watts for the whole climb. From the 33% hairpins, the next 5 to 6 minutes I averaged 390 watts. 350 watts on the lower slopes. I fully emptied the tank here, and I've still got 26% Wrynose Pass, 25% Blea Tarn to battle up in the next 5 miles or so. I needed to be checked by the medical team at the end, but I'll explain more about that later. For now, back to the suffering uphill.
Just pulled over and took a picture of my Wahoo. It is the first time my Wahoo has ever said 10,000 feet of climbing in a single ride. That is a bit of a moment. I'm rather happy with that. We haven't got to the proper climbing yet of Wrynose, but this wind is getting funneled down the valley, and yeah, it's trying to push me backwards. That'll make it a lot harder.
Come on. Stick for it.
Come on, that's it. Come on,
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Oh my god, that was hard. Still got this last bit. Oh, jeez.
You alright?
Yeah.
Do you need anything? Hug?
If you want to hug a sweaty man, yeah? Right, let's go down this scary descent, which I blew up my brakes before on 2 years ago. Hi mate. Not too bad yourself?
Yeah, not too bad.
You good? And breathe. That descent is terrifying. My legs are absolutely toast now. We've got one more climb. Blea Tarn. How many miles left? 14 miles left. Right, so we're in the final climb. Blea Tarn. 35%. Not very talkative at the minute. Just too tired to talk.
Hands on 2 wheels, right?
It is.
Mate, good luck. You've done it. Last 5 done.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Your
mate.
home stretch.
Right, time to get down this stunning climb.
Right, so about needing the medical team. I was in no fit state to film or explain whilst I was at headquarters, so I'll explain whilst I was at the train station. Fred, what an event. I've absolutely loved it. I've emptied the tank. I have worked the hardest I've ever worked on a bike, which then meant when I got back to the finish, I was trying to talk to one of my mates, and I was really struggling to talk. Like, you know, like when someone's been choked and like they can't talk, like they're gasping for air. I was having that, and to the point I then went to medic as like, something's not right. I don't know what's going on here. And speaking to them, they then checked me out. Really bizarre. I don't understand this, but they're saying, one, you're really exhausted. I get that. But then the other bit was, you've got trapped air in your lungs. I was like, but isn't there supposed to be air in your lungs? Like, I don't know. I said, basically, you need to be burped. And slowly over time, burp here and there, and I started to feel myself again, and I'm now functioning as a normal human being now, unlike earlier on. Just there was no one home. It's all was okay in the end, and you think that's enough drama at the end of a ride for any ride. No, I had problems getting back home to Birmingham the same night. Again, back at the train station, I'll explain. Right, so it's currently 8 minutes past 9. I should be well on my way to getting home back to Birmingham for 11:34. but my train has decided to be cancelled, my middle train of 3. There is currently no way I can get back home. Luckily, there is someone who can put me up for the night, and then I will go back home tomorrow on the train. The train company, train staff at Lancaster, they've been very accommodating. They have sorted me out, very helpful. But I'm not going home tomorrow, tonight even. I'm going home tomorrow. So, not ideal. Luckily, I've got somewhere to stay, so no harm massively done, just inconvenient, but yeah.
And here we are at the finish. That is by far the hardest thing I've ever done on a bike, but also the most rewarding. That was so good.
Good. Gotta stop.
Good for that.
Oh my god.
But don't forget to save it on your computers.
Done.
All done. Right, from here you got to walk. All right.
Yeah.
So take your trackers off you when you go through the tunnel. Get water off these gentlemen if you'd like one.
Yes, please.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
I highly recommend that to anyone. So it will test you to your absolute limit, but you feel so good at the end of it. You know, I don't look it. I feel so proud of myself. If you enjoyed watching me suffer during the Fred, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see me again struggle during the struggle dales in about 2 weeks' time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Up another climb on 2 wheels.